Well, Kevin, let's just start with the draw. You got through to the last 16, and Stevenage at home. I guess a home tie and a lower division team is as much as you can hope for.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, first and foremost, getting through the rounds and obviously getting through the tie the other night was the pleasing thing. Found another way to win. Not top of our game, we know that, but the character we show and the willingness to to dig in and when we have to and find a way to win games and get through the tie. So nice, yeah, home tie, which is pleasing. I think, especially off the back of a Christmas period, which is going to be very busy. So that's no travelling with that one. So that's another pleasing aspect for us.
Yeah, and actually, while it wasn't the greatest performance, it's another win. It keeps the run going, and there are the players continuing to sort of put their hands up, whether it's Geordie in goal or Tony Craig taking penalties.
Yeah, absolutely. I think where we are a little bit disappointed with the performance, but I think we kept them to the bare minimum as well. So that side of it's very pleasing. A lot of positives come from the game, as you say. Geordie's with his penalty saves was brilliant for him. Alfie scored a goal. Luca Thompson coming on the pitch and showing what a bright spark he is and what he can add going forward. So a lot of positives through the next round, and we keep building.
Yeah, and you mentioned there with Lucas, and you put Cam in the same sort of bracket. How easy or difficult is it to try and sort of drip feed them in? Because I'm sure there are games you want to try and get them on the bench and maybe use them, but when you've got a relatively healthy squad at the moment, it's not easy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you look at Cam had his chance at Plymouth and he showed how well he done there. And listen, Alfie and Roland have been playing regular, so there's another two young players. Geordie's a young keeper as well, so a lot we're getting them in. Then the gaffer's giving them chances. To do them all at once is difficult, and we want to drip feed them in because, in fairness to the lads that are playing every week and the squad, those that play, the standards are very, very high, and they haven't done a lot to say we're going to change too much. So really pleased with everyone involved in the squad, and we'll keep ticking along and keep pushing and keep demanding more because that's what it's like here. The standards have got to stay so high that we want to keep progressing in cups and the league and keep winning football matches.
Absolutely. So it's back to the league this weekend. Roland had his red card. I assume that he'll be missing for this one.
It looks that way. Yeah, we've obviously disappointed with it, but that's what we've got the squad for. Whoever comes in will hopefully play their part and look to get a positive performance.
Yeah, and what's the situation with Tom Davis in terms of when we can maybe expect to see him back in the blue and white quarters?
Yeah, I think from what I gather, he's progressing well. I wouldn't want to put a time limit because it's difficult with these things, but hopefully Tom will be back in around the group as soon as we can, and it'll be a big plus to have him back because he's done ever so well for us at the beginning of the season.
Absolutely. At the start of the season, Southend, is this a game that you sort of ring in the calendar, one that you look forward to, especially given your past associations?
Yeah, I think you look at it. I think it's obvious. I mean, I could say no, there was another game, but it is what it is. We, what we got here, it's another football match we need 3 points from. We're at home, so we'll look to push on, and if we can go on and win the game, that's what we want. But yeah, it's going to be a tough game. We know that at home. They've had a decent point during the week, so I'm sure they'll look to build on that. But we know if we turn up and perform how we can, then we can get a positive result.
Yeah, and absolutely 100%. Obviously, you want Rovers to win, and that's the job and all the rest of it. But when you spend so long at a club, there must still be plenty of players and staff and people there that you know and you'll catch up with.
Yeah, absolutely. I think any time you spend the amount of time I spent at the club, 10 years of playing, I played 4 as a coach, so still know a lot of players, lots of good staff there. A lot of very good staff that are still at the football club, so a lot of good people behind the scenes, as you say. So it'd be good to catch up with one or two. I'm sure we'll be a competitive game, but it's one that we want to win. Look at the squad they've got, and a lot of the players have come through the 23s. They've got a lot of players in and around it, so I'm really pleased for them, the ones that I've worked with a long time ago and the last couple of years. So that's a pleasing aspect, but first and foremost, it's a game of football we want to win tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And that's no different whoever it is.
Yeah, so they got the draw, as you say, in midweek, which is a good point for them, but it's been a pretty miserable season for them so far. What do you think's gone wrong there? What's not happening?
Listen, it's not for me to say too much, but what I would say is that to be fair to the chairman, he always backs his managers, and hopefully now he'll do this. I'm sure he'll do the same with Sol, and so I want to try and get his philosophy and his imprint on the club, and I think he'll be given time to do that. And hopefully he'll, after Saturday, he can turn it round and they can start getting some results and pulling up the league. But for us, we're focusing on ourselves and what we can do to win the game.
Yeah, and your home form's been good, so this is one that you absolutely look at and say another win, keep yourself there or thereabouts. Can that race for the top 6?
the aim's to win as many games as you can. Yeah, we want to focus on getting a good performance in. If we can, stick to the process of how we play and how effective we are at times. Want improvement, we know that, but if we can stay to our principles, our DNA, and how we work, then hopefully the result will take care of itself.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
No problem.